Welcome back. So today I'm going to be doing yet another wrap up for the month of March. Please tell me why I just forgot what the last month was. I'll be doing a wrap up for March, and I'll be doing what I want to read in April. Yeah, that's what this month is, April. So I actually had a really good reading month this month, like quantity wise and quality wise as well. I read 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I read 7, almost 8 books because one I almost finished, but I finished it in April, so yeah. I need to move that out of the way. It is still in the way. So first I read Unravel Me, which is book 2 of the Shatter Me series. Well, I finished this at the beginning of March. I was almost done with it in February, but I finished it in March, and I rated this book a 3.5. Honestly, oh yeah, what was this book about? I have a really bad memory, but I gave it a 3.5 because it was good, it was entertaining. It's just I feel like with this one, the start was definitely like all of this was just not slow, because these are very fast reads, but it was just kind of mundane. It was just kind of okay, let's move on. It's not really interesting. It was just them kind of getting to know their new surroundings at this time in this event. So it was good. It was 3.5. It was just there. It was a book that was just there. You read it, but it was definitely not the best of the series. Then next I read Hopeless, which this was one of the books that was Siri picked for my TBR. I've had this on my shelf for forever, and I just never picked it up because I have the cover with the face on it, and that just really turned me off. So I was like, no, because the new cover is fine, but tell me why I literally bought this one. I don't know. Anyway, I gave it a 4.5. It was really good. It was not what I was expecting. The ending and all the plot twists were but I don't know. It was just, I feel like Colleen's writing is just crack. It's just no matter what the story is about, it's gonna be entertaining, and it's just such an entertaining book, so it's a 4.5. Is it the most articulate? I don't know. Is it the most insane lyrical writing? No. Is it poetic? No. But is it literally the most entertaining thing and I literally eat it up like a bag of chips? Yes. So 4.5. It was good. It was good. Just not what I was expecting. It was a full 180 plot twist. So I'm excited to read the one from the guy's point of view and stuff, but I'm gonna wait because it's literally the same book but in the guy's point of view, so I'm not gonna read it right after I read that. After Hopeless, I read Fracture Me, which is the second novella in this little thingy, which this one, the second, I just flipped it to the actual page. That was talent. This novella was from Adam's point of view, I think, and that's just when I just started to not really like him that much. So I gave it a 2.5 because I was what is going on in this kid's mind? He's so he complains, and I understand, but everyone's going through everything, and it was just okay. Next we have Layla by Colleen Hoover, another Colleen Hoover book, which was also in Siri Picks my books for March. And this was a surprising 4.5 star read. 4.5. It's probably because I have always watched paranormal kind of YouTube, Sam and Colby. I don't know if, I feel a good amount of people have watched them, but they do paranormal stuff and things like that. And so that's probably why I just like this a lot more, because it was just interesting to me, and the plot was just interesting. It was different and it was interesting, so I was just surprised by how much I liked it. I liked this more than Verity, and nobody says that. This is a book that nobody really likes, but I did. So this reading month was honestly so good. Next we had another book for my Siri Picks, and I was gonna wait till like the springtime to read this, and I'm so glad I didn't, because now I can move on to the next books and more books by this author, because I love her writing, which is Lucy Score, Things We Never Got Over. 5 stars. Favorite book of the month. I loved I haven't really read a small town romance, and this was basically my first one. It was a slow burn, but it was like so, like, I ate every last bit up of this book. I loved every single character. I'm so excited for the next one. The characters in this book, like, I just loved them all. It was like watching a show. Like, I'm literally watching like a film, or like an Amazon Prime show. Not like a Netflix show, but like, you know what I mean. But 5 stars, like, literally, I loved this book, honestly. Like, literally loved it. It was so good. I think about Nox and Naomi, like, all the time. Like, they're just honestly, like, the perfect match for each other. After that, we continued with the Shadow Me series. This is book 3, obviously. And this is usually people's favorites. I rated it 4 stars, right? Yeah, I rated it 4 stars. So it wasn't my favorite of the series, but it was my second favorite so far of the series. I really liked the action-packedness of this book. It was very action-packed, and a lot of stuff was just happening. It was just everything. It was just one thing to the next. Everything was happening, so it was really fast. But I like the next book in the series better. This book was a 4 star, so it was still really good. Next, I continued with my Taylor Jenkins Reid grind, because I like her. Why'd I do that? This book was definitely my least favorite out of all of them I've read. I like the tabs though, but I rated it 3 stars. I liked all, like, the plot twists. All of the plot twists in here were really good, but like overall it was kind of just like kind of boring, honestly. It wasn't as like work of art as her other 2 books that I've read, which was Seven Husbands of Annie Hugo, which I literally love, 5-star read, and Daisy Jones and the Six. This one was a 3 stars. I mean, I liked the characters in here. They were all very different, and like, I just liked all of them. It was a good story, but it was just kind of boring at some points, so yeah. That's all the books that I read in March. I read 3 of the books that Siri picked out. Siri picked out 6, and I read 3 of them, so that's pretty good. But I read 7 books in total. And I also, in the month of March, started the 4th book of Shadow Me, which is my favorite one out of the series so far, which I gave a 4.5. But I'll talk more about this in my April wrap-up. Just know it's a 4.5. And then I loved it. But I finished it in April, and then I also read Shadow Me. But I'll talk more about this in my April wrap-up. So now, moving on. Whoa, I'm like out of breath. Now moving on to what I want to read in April, which next, after I just read those 2 books, I'm going to start reading Things We Hide from the Light, because obviously we need to read this. I love this cover. It is so magical. I really want to read that. It's Nash's book, so I'm really looking forward to the other I don't know how to say the other guy's name, but I'm really looking forward to his, because I feel like it's just going to be very like enemies to lovers, and I'm just excited for that book. But if I'm still on my Lucy Score grind after that, then I also have By a Thread on my April TBR as well, because a lot of people have also really liked this book. So it's a workplace romance, I think. Grumpy Sunshine still, that's her like thing. But yeah, I just want to see how much I literally love Lucy Score, because I know I will, because I love Things We Never Got Over. It was so good. Next, I put in a thriller, because I literally have not read a thriller in like forever, so I was like, I'll put this one in. It just catches my eye. The girl in it, she like wakes up in the hospital, and she can't move, she can't see, she can't talk or anything. She can only hear things around her, so that seems pretty cool. We'll see if we read this. That's really short, so if I just want something short and different to like get me out of like all the romances and stuff I'm reading, then I'll read this, because I haven't read a thriller in a while, and I'm, you know. And then obviously we gotta put in the next book of the Shadow Me series. Also, along with this, I'll read the other novella right here. reveal me and defy me. And also, if I go and buy the other books, I'll also probably read those. And then also I put Inheritance Games because I don't know, I just like need to read this trilogy. So if I read the first one and I like it so much, then I'll probably read the next ones too. I also really want to read Magnolia Parks. I just had the urge, but when I went to Barnes & Noble, they didn't have it. So I might order it soon and read it this month or next month or whatever. But anyway, that is all the books that I read in March and what I want to read in April. So why did it go like that? I hope you enjoyed. Stay tuned for my what I'm going to do a reading vlog for all the books that I read in April. So you'll see what I read and my thoughts during me actually reading them, like an actual reading vlog. Because I haven't really done a reading vlog. All my videos are sit down, so I want to do a reading vlog. Anyway, I had a great reading month, so hopefully hopefully April is just as good as a reading month. So we'll see. See you next time.